Sherrone, you made a mistake, brother.
And he's paying for him.
The school was investigating this months ago. Coach, you fired now. After we got all your players.
Right.
Now they got to reevaluate their lives. And Adam Schefter, graduate of the University of Michigan, broke the news.
Since he's having a conflict of interest, should he not be speaking on this?
It don't work like that with ESPN. You think he go come out here and fairly represent them? Hell nah.
These local outlets in Michigan, it's
They
a
own
different story.
They own them. It's all strategic how it goes down.
One got the numbers, one let the game on. Two different voices, never the same. Mic on fire when the truth collides. It ain't just one story, must be two sides. Must be two sides.
So look, man, just staying along the lines of college football and head coaches kind of in some hot water. Well, not kind of anymore.
I don't say he in boiling.
Sherrone Moore.
And it's boiling, brother.
I'm sure y'all have heard the news about what's going on over there in Michigan, and it's not good at all, bro. And look, man, he made some mistakes, and he's paying for them. He got fired, and
can you please
it's a tough
provide a little
situation.
context for the people that may not know?
Look, man, hey, look, I don't got all the facts. It's a little speculative on some of the things, but it sounds like he was having an inappropriate relationship.
Ain't no sounding like he was.
And paid the price for it, as he should. And I saw Adam Schefter come on
Michigan guy, and he was the one who broke
Michigan
the news.
guy?
Graduated from Michigan.
I actually didn't know that.
He also, along with Pete Thamel, the lead college football reporter, him and Adam Schefter, graduate of the University of Michigan, broke the news.
I didn't know that. That's a good tidbit.
Mm-hmm.
So he broke the news, and then I saw him go on First Take, bro, and I saw him like favorably, like just kind of like take it light and easy on Sherrone Moore, and he's catching some flack.
That's his university.
He's catching some flack for it, man. Do you think it's a situation where he, since he's having a conflict of interest, should he not be speaking on this?
Ding, 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 ding. That's how that works, but it don't work like that with ESPN. They talk whatever they want to talk. You telling me a man who graduated from the University of Michigan probably then donated hundreds of thousands of dollars to them? I don't know that for a fact, but I'm pretty sure he's made some type of contributions to that university, proudly reps them all the time. You think he go come out here and fairly represent them and really tell us how it's like supposed to be? Hell nah. He finna tell you just enough to where he don't piss his sources off over there. What's really going on to make sure he's still getting his sources and whatnot. Now, granted, there was rumblings about a lot of this stuff going on for a long time. So Schefter probably knew about it for a very long time. And then was like, let me dot my T, cross my T's, dot my I's, let me make sure. Because the thing is, when breaking news breaks from Adam Schefter and we see it on Twitter, it is followed by an ESPN push alert and an article. You don't get an article and a push alert without colluding with Schefter and whatever the news is before he breaks it. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's all strategic how it goes down. But that being said, Sherrone, you made a mistake, brother. Like, you made a mistake. First black head coach in the University of Michigan's history, and you tricked it off, playing with some snow. You shouldn't have did that. Like, you should, like my pops always told me, you don't poop where you eat, or where you work. Like, you don't do that. Like, I didn't want to say the expletive, but so he put himself in a bad situation from jump. Like, you are managing 110, 115 men, young men, then all these coaches, all these fans. Like, you are the face of this program, and you out here dabbling with your assistant. So not only do you dabble with your assistant, the reports came out that basically said that they looked into this incident back in May when they first found out, and the university investigated them. Nothing came about from that investigation. So they both were in cahoots. They denied it, whatever. There's some other rumblings going around that I don't know if it's confirmed, so I'm not going to get into that and speculate on. But basically, something happened in the last week where they must have called it quits.
And now he's sitting in jail.
They called it quits. And she went to the university and gave them a ton of evidence that they did not have before. So they said the report was after that evidence was displayed, they had a meeting with the coaches and the team and let them know he got fired. So he was apparently at home with his wife when he got the news, then drove to where his ex-girlfriend lived, walked into a door that was unlocked, went to the butter knives and was like, you about to see me kill myself. Like, your blood is all over this. Butter knife. I guess said he didn't know where the big knives was. So he went to the butter knives. And he said, I'm about to kill myself. And you go see it because your blood is all over this. And then left there, went to a church, and the police found his location because his wife gave it up to the police. Now he's been, and then
is all this confirmed before we just?
Yep, I confirmed. It's all in the police report. So then he got arrested and has been charged with like 3rd-degree stalking, entering and not breaking, and aggravated assault, something like that. So basically, they said that he had been stalking her for months.
Look, man,
that's like crazy.
It's
you a head coach and you stalking?
It's a very unfortunate situation, and for all those young men that he is supposed to be developing into grown adult men and really contributing to this society in a positive way, for him to do something like that is unfathomable. But like you said, man, Schefter, national news, being soft on it. I suspect that if we went to some of these local outlets in Michigan, it's a different story.
They own them. Social media, they own them. But what I also, the bone that I want to pick, you hear so many players coming about. Braylon Edwards came out and said, I heard about this investigation months ago. You hear about the school was investigating this months ago, but they didn't find any credible evidence. Just so happens that all this credible evidence gets dropped a week after signing day and a couple days after you lose to Ohio State, fired with cause. But it's like, you've been knowing this? Like,
what you trying to say?
It goes back
what
to what
getting
I'm
at there.
It goes back to what I'm saying and how things are covered, bro, and like how this has been held close to the vest, been a top-notch secret, that no one's known about. Now you go back and you go look at old people post on X. It's like, oh, they posted this a couple weeks ago, but how credible are they? You're not listening to reports like that. Like, you only want reports from the source, like the Schefters and the Pete Thamels and things like that. But it's like, clearly y'all had known something going on for a long time, like a long time. So why would you let this man to continue to run your program? Lastly, why would you wait to break this news after signing day, where you already done got 26, 27 players to sign the dotted line to your university? So now you put them in a bind. You let them go through a whole recruiting process, fall in love with Sherrone Moore, knowing deep down that there was something going on with Coach that you knew about, whether you couldn't confirm it or not. You knew something was going on. And then when you find out, it's like, Coach, you fired now. After we got all your players, though. Now you trying to recruit these players again, get them to, you putting them in a negative spotlight. So that's where I think that I just didn't agree with everything how it played out. One, he should be jailed for what he did, absolutely. But it's like, now y'all got a lot of 18, 19-year-old young men whose lives have been drastically impacted and affected already before they even step foot. Like, some of these dudes were probably getting ready to step foot on campus the first week of January or coming to bowl practice. You know what I'm saying? Right. Now they got to reevaluate their lives. So, like, if you knew something was going on already, why wouldn't you just address it and get in front of it? Nip it in the butt. Tell Coach, hey, get this off. Like, we ain't finna let this slide. Like, if you dating her, break up with her now, get it over with, like, run this program. But instead, they let it go on to the point wherever happened, and then he's stalking her for 2 months. So then it lets you lead. Like, how focused were you on the task at hand if you got time to stalk this lady for months?
Exactly, man. They trying to avoid a media firestorm, bro. And
I wonder if he beat Ohio State, would this have been a big story this week?
They would have found a way to sweep it.
I don't know. I'm not going to say that, but stuff like this gets hidden all the time. And it only comes out when local news catches wind of it, and then they start picking it up, or people start telling on social media. Like, you got to think about back in the day, bro, before social media was around, how much stuff like this got swept under the rug. Not saying that's okay.
What?
You know what I'm saying? But I just think that there was a reason why we found out when we found out.
Fair enough.
Thank you for watching and sticking around to the end of this video as we discuss Sherrone Moore and all the controversy surrounding his name. Another guy in college football's most important position, head coach Lane Kiffin, has also made some controversial moves, and the media has been covering him in 2 different ways. We discuss both sides at this link. Make sure you join us.
Stand for the truth, otherwise take a knee. Made it to the league, now we gotta take the lead. two sides.